Remember that time Trump made headlines for saying South Africa was killing white farmers? Yeah, that same old story has raised its head again. But this time, it played out face to face in the Oval Office, the White House. What are we doing, sir? So the US President Donald Trump recently hosted South African President Cyril Ramaphosa in Washington. And instead of the usual diplomacy, Trump decided to pull out a video, a viral clip in the Oval Office to show the president of South Africa viral videos of attacks on white South Africans. No verified facts, no stats, no official data, just WhatsApp level clips. And the message he passed, that there is white genocide happening in South Africa. Wow, a phrase that far-right conspiracy theorists have been shouting for years without any real proof. Now, let's take a look at this video, and we'll be right back.
Turn the lights down and just put this on. It's right behind you. Johan.
There's nothing this parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land.
Death, horrible death. And those people in many cases are being executed. They're being executed. And they happen to be white, and most of them happen to be farmers. And that's a tough situation. I don't know how you explain that.
Completely against what he was saying, even in the parliament. And they're a small minority party, which is allowed to exist in terms of our constitution.
When you do allow them to take land.
No.
You do allow them to take land.
Nobody can
and then
take
when
land.
they take the land, they kill the white farmer. And when they kill the white farmer, nothing happens to them.
No, there is quite
Nothing happens.
matters. So the issues that concern you as the United States,
Those are all reasons. Those are all deaths. Now, I will say apartheid, terrible. That was the biggest threat. That was reported all the time. This is sort of the opposite of apartheid.
I'd like my Minister of Agriculture, who is white, who comes from an opposition party to mine, to address this very issue.
The reason that my party, the Democratic Alliance, which has been an opposition party for over 30 years, chose to join hands with Mr. Ramaphosa's party was precisely to keep those people out of power.
We have too many deaths, but it's across the board. It's not only white farmers.
The leadership of the G20 forward in November.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What is it going to take to convince you?
You don't want to leave.
Thank you so much.
Well, anyway, shout out to the president of South Africa, for being calm and dignified. He explained clearly that white South Africans is battling serious crime. The victims cut across all races. In fact, the majority of victims are actually black South Africans, not white. Now, why is the US president promoting a one-sided narrative based on unverified videos? It's to push political agenda, if you ask me, back home. Or just another example of people weaponizing media to paint a false picture. If we are being honest, this is a bigger picture than just South Africa. It's about the whole social media, selective storytelling, and with no diplomacy all around it. Because when someone like Trump plays this card, it's not just for show. It fuels division. It reinforces the dangerous stereotypes. And worst of all, it distracts from the real issue on ground, like economic inequality, security, and actual governance. Now, here's my question. At a time when Africa needs global partnerships rooted in the truth and respect, we are out here watching our stories being twisted and told by people else, for likes, for votes, and viral attention. This isn't just about South Africa. It's about Africa's image globally. It's about how misinformation spreads like wildfire and shapes how we are treated, how we are being judged, and how policies are made out of us without even us being told with the true facts. always question the narrative is what I say. Don't fall for propagandas, whether it's trending or not. Because when politics becomes about performance and not the people, we are all going to suffer it. What do you think about this? Was Trump simply misinformed, or was it intentional? Because if a US president can sit in one of the most powerful offices in the world and use WhatsApp videos to justify foreign policy discussions, then we should all be worried. Did Ramaphosa handle it well, or should he have pushed back even harder? And as Africans, are we doing enough to control our own narrative? Are we really? Or they will still control our mindset? Because left to some people, our whole reality will be dictated by internet clips and foreign opinions. So I'm asking again, what are we doing, Sef? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And please, we survive with subscribing and commenting and giving thumbs up. It actually makes us survive and encourage us to do this. Let me get your take on this one. How you think the mindset of Africans should change so that we can have our own story, tell our own story without allowing anybody else to give a false narrative of what really is going on. We should not allow people to influence our own decisions because we have our own minds to make up. We are the owners of this continent called Africa. You shouldn't be told, our story shouldn't be told by somebody that doesn't even have an idea of how Africa works. So I think it's about time we Africans wake up and realize this and have our own narrative dictated in our own pace. All right? Or else, that respect that we always fight every day, we don't need to fight it. Rather, we earn it. And by the time Africa start realizing that Africa is actually the best blessed continent on earth, rather than that narrative that says Africa is the worst and poorest continent, then you will see that things will change for us. Let me get your take on this as we move on. Thanks so much. We'll talk again soon, folks. Bye-bye.
What are we doing, Sef?